Okay, hello everybody and welcome back to the Aaron Davies YouTube channel. And today we are back with my match week predictions for the Premier League. Week being match week 2. So coming up first and the early kickoff on a Saturday, we have Villa at home up against Everton. Now, I think this could be a tough game for either side, to be honest, going into it. Aston Villa just coming off a loss against Bournemouth away from home. Everton coming off a pretty tough point to drop against Chelsea, which was 1-0 Chelsea at home as well, may I add. It was a decently strong performance for Everton. They're really surprised in that game, only losing 1-0. I'm going to go with 2 on Everton for this game. I think Aston Villa were really poor against Bournemouth, and I feel like all of the hate towards Everton, people thinking Everton are going down and everything, will come back and strike a lot of people. And I could see Everton getting a surprise 3 points in this game, definitely. It's at home up against Fulham, and Fulham got an absolutely outstanding point against Liverpool opening day of the season for them. So I'm going to go with 2-0 Fulham with this one, with Wolves losing to Leeds away from home. I think Wolves are kind of going to slack off a bit now. You'd be expecting them fighting for Europe and everything, but I feel like they're just going to drop off from it. And I feel like Fulham could really take the league by storm in these early 3 games, maybe the first 5 games-ish. 2-0 win for them. Next, we've got Brighton, Newcastle, and I am bricking it being a Newcastle fan for this game after Brighton's win against Manchester United. Unfortunately, I'm going 2-1 Brighton. I don't think Newcastle are going to be able to do it. Away from home, it is one of the furthest places to travel to in the Premier League for us. I feel like Graham Potter's got something sorted out, and after their win against United, if they're playing like that against us, I can definitely see us dropping points. In a very stupid manner, I feel like it could be 1-1 throughout the game, and then we end up just being absolutely niche defensively. Brighton get themselves a winning goal pretty late on. I feel like it will happen. Next, we've got Arsenal at home to Leicester. I'm going 2-0 Arsenal. Arsenal, they're looking like a Champions League squad already. What performance that against Crystal Palace. I do feel like they will be wanting to push on that Champions League spot so much. They need to keep Mikel Arteta in that job, basically, in his role at the team. I feel like Leicester could really slip off. They went 2-0 up against Brentford and managed to make it 2-2. It was a shambles of a second half for Leicester in that game. Brentford bringing the game back. I feel like Arsenal are just going to be too dominant on the ball. They're going to hold the ball up too well. And as soon as the ball gets into Gabby Jesus, it's game, set, match. Up next, we've got Manchester City at home to Bournemouth. I'm just going to say now, 6-0 Manchester City. I can't see Bournemouth putting up much of a fight. I don't think they'll get a goal. If anything, to tell you the truth, I don't even think they could get a shot on target. Manchester City are just going to be too dominant this season, especially for the newly promoted sides. And yeah, it's not going to look good for Bournemouth. Up next, we've got Southampton at home to Leeds. 2 teams that are, you could technically class as, would be in a relegation scrap this season. 2 clubs that have been mentioned a lot for relegation this season. I'm going to go with a 2-0 Leeds away win. I think Leeds are going to start off the season with 6 points out of a possible 6. Incredible start in their eyes, and I hope Leeds would keep it up, to be honest with you. I've got them staying up this season. I've got Southampton going down. This only makes sense. Brentford at home to Manchester United. What an interesting game this is going to be. Brentford played very well against Leicester, especially bringing the game back. Ivan Toney is still looking as good as what he was last season. I feel like he could really trouble Manchester United's defence. Manchester United obviously not having the best starts to the season by losing to Brighton. I'm telling you now, it's going to be 3-1 Brentford. Brentford are going to beat Manchester United. Manchester United are going to start off the season with 2 out of 2 games lost. Next, we have Forest with their first home game back in the Premier League, and they are taking on West Ham. I've got a 2-1 Forest win. West Ham will lose both their opening games too. I think it will happen. I think Forest will disappoint against Newcastle, but it's home with the home support behind them. West Ham, after a challenging defeat against Manchester City. Scamacca's probably not going to be starting again. You've still probably got Mikel Antonio starting. I definitely can see Forest taking the win. What a game this is, and we're doing a watch-along for this live on the YouTube channel this Sunday. It is Chelsea versus Tottenham. Chelsea at home, Tottenham away. And you know what it's going to be? It's going to be 4-3 at Tottenham. I'm going to go out there with a bold prediction for the scoreline. I think Tottenham are going to win the game no matter what, even if it's just 1-0. But I want goals. I think there will be goals in this game, so I'm going to go with a 4-3 victory for Tottenham. Next, Monday night football clash, we've got Liverpool at home to Crystal Palace, Anfield's first sighting this season. I'm going to go with a very risky and very out-dragged game by Liverpool. I'm going to go with a 1-0 win to Liverpool. I think they've had a very shaky start already drawn to Fulham, and I feel like they're going to have a shaky start at home as well. They're only going to beat Crystal Palace by 1-0. I think Crystal Palace are really going to start dominating in the last 10 minutes or so, and it's going to be a very sketchy time for Liverpool in them closing moments of the game. If Crystal Palace still had Benteke, all I'm saying is if they got a corner in the last few minutes, I could genuinely see Crystal Palace making it 1-0 and grabbing a point, just smash and grab point. If you guys enjoyed this video and if you guys agree or even disagree, just comment in the comment section just down below. I'd love to see you guys' predictions. Feedback on these kind of videos really does help me. And if you want to see this next week, as of course for the upcoming 36 weeks after this, I would appreciate you to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on. We're on the road to 2k subs already. Peace.